Here we have our grow your own reishi kit. I'm just going to go through the instructions on how to grow your own reishi. It's quite simple actually. Step 1, open the box, remove the mister and the humidity tent. Remove the substrate bag that has mycelium growing in it. There's also a QR code on the side of the box that you can scan for instructions. It's a link right to our website. Just want to go through some examples here. So with this kit, you'll see this has been dormant for quite a while. For us to store and ship, we have to basically put the kits to sleep, meaning we fold the bag over. There's a filter here that allows fresh air exchange to occur. And when this is up and open, allowing that fresh air exchange, that mycelium continues to grow and it can start fruiting. So to stop the fruiting, we have to fold the bag over and put it in the box. So now that stunts the growth and it puts it in a dormant state. With our reishi kit, just pull the filter end up and then you can just lay it flat on the table. And you're going to want to leave it somewhere where it's natural light, not direct sunlight. You're going to want to leave it for 7 to 14 days, sometimes even longer. The goal is to get this thick mycelium to spread throughout the bag. And this will happen with natural light and fresh air exchange through the filter now that the bag's unfolded. I'll just grab another example. This one was opened 2 weeks ago, and you can see the difference in the growth. So all this fresh mycelial growth down here. This is what you want. So this is actually starting to fruit. So these are fruiting bodies forming right here, these lumps. You'll see different colors in here. You'll see some liquids, that's secretion. It's normal. The only thing you really want to be concerned with is if you found some green mold. Green mold's common if it got too hot, and that could have happened in transportation or in storage at some point. Usually it's a heat-related issue. But green mold's pretty easy to spot. Everything else is good to go here. It's normal mycelial growth with secretion, so you'll see light browns, yellows, even darker browns, and darker liquids sometimes. So this bag that came in the box just needs to lay flat for 1 to 3 weeks, ideally, until you see the mycelial growth where it's moved to a substantial portion of the bag, and or if it's starting to fruit. This one is now spent a couple weeks on your table. It's ready to be cut open, so we're just going to take the box again. We'll push the perforated panel out on whatever side you prefer, English or French. Next step is to choose the side that has the healthiest growth. So in this case, the healthiest growth is on this side of the bag here. So we'll fold the bag under. The air will slowly make its way out through the filter. And then we're going to slide it into the box. So that the open panel is above the healthiest mycelium. So you can see it's already starting to fruit here through this area here. It's raised. There's small fruiting bodies forming here. And now we'll cut an X across the healthy portion of the mycelium. You can do it with a pair of scissors or a knife. I'll probably start it with a knife. It's okay to cut into the mycelium if you can't help it. But you just want to give it space for the fruiting body to be able to grow. Okay, so now there's an X cut in it, and this is where the fruiting bodies will start to grow up out of. I'm going to close the box again and place it flat on its back. And now, this is important with the reishi kit. It needs quite a bit of humidity. So it needs a humidity dome, which we've included in this kit. And the easiest way, it still needs some fresh air exchange. So the easiest way to achieve that is to cut a couple slices from the top down. You can go a couple inches, and then we're going to take our spray bottle, our mister, and we'll just mist inside the bag to create that humidity. So you'll need to do this once a day. And then with the bag kind of fluffed open, just fold it over the box and tuck it underneath just like that. So you'll see there's moisture inside the bag. So just once a day you can either take the bag off, or you can even just open these cuts that you made and just spray in there. That works as well. The reishi mushroom takes quite a while to grow. So from this point where it's starting to fruit and you've just cut the bag open, you'll see that it could take 1 to 2 months to fully develop the fruiting bodies. I'll just show you an example of what it looks like after a month. So here's a reishi kit after 1 month. This is 1 month after cutting the bag of a reishi grow kit. So I'll just take the humidity dome off just so you can get a better look at it. Nice healthy reishi fruiting bodies developing. This will probably go for another 2 or 3 weeks or so, and then you could harvest it. You'll want to dry it by dehydrating. And then you'll want to grind it into a powder. You can grind it into a powder with a Vitamix after it's been dehydrated, and then you can just add it to your hot drinks. Yeah, so with reishi, you'll see kind of a rusty ring blending to orange, yellow, and then the white tips. So this one's not too far away from harvesting. This is probably 1 to 2 weeks away from harvesting. So a total grow time of 5 to 6 weeks with this kit. They all vary, but typically it's 4 to 6 weeks from the time you cut it open to when you want to harvest. But this one is pretty close. I'm going to let it grow for another week or two, and then we'll harvest this. And once you harvest this, you could soak the block in cold water for 4 to 6 hours and let it drip dry, and then put it back in the box and try again for another flush. So the keys to the reishi really are, once your bag has developed fresh mycelial growth again, you've woken it up out of its dormant state, and you're seeing fruiting bodies, you're ready to cut the bag open. The maintenance is pretty minimal after that. You just have to make sure your humidity tent has moisture in it. So this is usually every day. You just got to spray a bit in there and then just slide it over again. So these slits up here create a fresh air exchange for it, but the moisture is held on the inside of the bag, so that creates a humid environment for the reishi to grow. That's pretty much it for daily maintenance. It's quite simple, actually. Reishi mushrooms are not fast growers, so you have to be patient. It will take 4 to 6 weeks typically from the time you cut the bag open to develop the fruiting bodies before they're ready to be harvested. But it also takes a few weeks prior to that for the mycelium to begin pinning, or the fruiting bodies to start developing. So reishi is a very patient mushroom. We have to have patience with this one. Yeah, the reishi mushroom can teach us patience. It's not one that you'll look at every day and see a lot of growth, unlike the oysters or lion's mane. You'll see slow growth every day. But it's cool. It's a cool project. It's cool to see the whole life cycle of the reishi mushroom. I use reishi personally for a stress, anxiety relief. It's great to have in the evening in a cup of non-caffeinated coffee or tea. It's really nice for relieving stress and anxiety. And that's how you grow your own reishi mushrooms.